Hey guys, Miska Sakura here. If you're tuning in, you just went through my skincare routine and you're interested enough to hear about my makeup routine. So stay tuned and I will walk you through everything. Makeup I keep super minimal. I really don't mess around too much with makeup. I feel like no one ever really taught me. Like my mom never sat me down and said like, hey, this is how you do your eyelashes and eyeshadows. I've just kind of figured out as I've gone. Maybe that's everyone. So where do I even normally start? I think my eyebrows. I do let my products on my face kind of sit for a minute because otherwise I just feel like it runs together and it feels like too much. So this pencil's beaten to death, but it's Chanel. It's a eye pencil. I was really hesitant about this as well because I pictured like when people pencil their eyebrows in, like the tattoo looking eyebrows, and I wasn't into that. This is like a very light blonde. It's number 10. And the trick for this, one, I always sharpen it so that you have like a fine point. And then secondly is like just barely. Like go with your your these guys. Go with the flow and just kind of fill in where you need to, and don't comb your brows before. That's something that I kind of had to figure out. One of those, and then for the natural effect, comb it through. And I always comb my eyebrows like up. I try to make them fluffy. I try to make them like bushy looking, untamed. That's the look that I like on myself. I don't ever like pluck or wax my brows. I just try to make them look natural because I always feel like that's what looks best on people. So nothing severe, nothing that looks like I penciled in my brows. I'm just enhancing them. I think that's like the key for all my products and what I use for makeup is enhancing. I'm not trying to, contour or like anything funky. So the next product I use is my CC cream by Chanel. If you don't know what CC stands for, it's correction complete. And it has a sunscreen in it, which I just noticed. That's awesome, I'm using sunscreen. So sunscreen SPF 25. The color is 32 Beige Rose. I have an olive skin complexion, so this is good for me. I cannot stand foundation on myself. Like I feel like my creams are enough on my face as a layer. I try to let my skin breathe, so I don't apply foundation over my face. Now, however, if I have a few blemishes or I have dark circles that day or I see extra redness, some days like I have some like redness around my nose or like this area, I'll just like dab it on, like on my finger just a little tiny bit, and then I'll apply it to the area, work around it, and I don't really mess with it. And I do use my fingers. I've always painted and stuff, so I just feel like for myself it's just easier to use my fingers. I feel more controlled when I use my fingers. So yeah, I use this little bit. And the key is always to like start a little bit and then add more if you feel like you need it. Because it's always easier to add, harder to take away. Okay, so my next product, I have this brush. It's been with me for a few years. I don't know where it came from, what the brand is, but it's that angled, it's an angular brush. And I feel that I can use this for a lot of different products. So I start with my Chanel bronzer. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that because I know I'm just gonna butcher it and sound stupid. So it is, let's see, Bronze Universal. So one powder. This has a little bit of a sheen to it. It's really interesting. It's kind of like it seems thicker. And it has a little bit of a sheen. It's a nice brown. So what I do with this, and I don't do like a heavy contour, I just kind of, again, I'm enhancing. So I get it on the brush and I go with my cheekbone, kind of like that, maybe a little bit here, because I feel like I'm like paler in that section. So I fill that in. So same thing on the other side. put it in that area, to be honest. Now, if like the foundation for some reason isn't really matching my skin tone that day, I'm a little bit paler than normal or whatever the case may be, I might like go over it just a little bit. And then lastly, I like doing my neck because I feel like that's a good trick, like right in this area. It really gives it a more defined line. And then you kind of blend your neck to your face. No one likes seeing that like straight across line. You want everything to look super natural. Okay, so my next product is Laura Mercier, and it would be a highlighter. So I kind of, same thing, same brush, don't wash it or anything, I just kind of just keep going. This one is Highlight 01. So I kind of I did this line for the bronzer, and now I'm highlighting wherever the light is kind of hitting. So I like this area. I like that area. Maybe sometimes if I'm feeling fancy, I'll do like the tip of my nose or something. But really just generally in this area, and make sure to blend that in. And then next I have my Armani Fluid Sheer. It's another highlighter. That one's a powder, this one's more of a wet. I love the dewy look. That's always been like my favorite look. I thought I'd be sick of it by now, but I'm just not. So put it in my fingers just a little bit, rub it in, and then I just follow where I just used the Laura Mercier, so kind of same area. And maybe I'd add a little bit more, it depends on where I'm going, but it really adds like a nice highlight. But I like that combination of dry and then wet on top of it, because I think the powder kind of gets on you more nicely, and then the wet just enhances it a little bit more. So my next product, and I will not go anywhere without this. Like if I just need to do one thing for the day, it's my mascara, and it's Chanel. I've tried a ton of mascaras, and I used to think they're all the same. And then I tried this product. It's the Le Volume, and it's waterproof because I work out, and otherwise it'll just get everywhere. But the Chanel really grips onto your lashes, and I can tell a big difference. I do that. I pulse it a lot, get it out, and then I work my way up. I go from out, in. Try not to get it in the back of your lid. And then I pull like the corner of my eye just to really get those baby hairs in that corner. So same thing with the other side. I mean, that is such a big difference to me. Like I think that like nothing else has worked as good for me. So there's that, and I do like to do my bottom lashes ever so gently. I like that look for myself. So I do one of those guys. Just a little feather look. And that's when I feel like more completed. I feel like my look is good. Like I never like any of my makeup if I'm doing eyeshadow or anything until I put my mascara on. I think as long as you have like good eyebrows and good lashes, like you have a good look going on. So that's my basic look. Now if I have, let's say, an event to go to, or a date, or just something where I should try a little bit harder, I will put on, this is the Charming palette by Chanel. It's a really nice bronze palette. I just kind of end up using like the first 2 or 3, and I actually first start with this brush. And I will put it in, I'll put it all over, and then I just kind of pick into it ever so gently. But I do like this palette. My eyes are green, it makes it pop, super simple. And I also, my favorite red lipstick is a Chanel. And this one is Rouge Allure Velvet. Oh no, it's La Fascinette, and it's 38. This is the best red lipstick anyone ever needs. I've tried a lot of red lipsticks, and this one has kind of a matte look to it, And it's a really pretty red. It's like a cool red, so it doesn't make your teeth look yellow, because that's like something that you should really be careful about with red lipsticks. But I really highly recommend this one. So, and it stays on because it's velvet. It stays on for a long time. You don't have to keep reapplying it, and your lips look super luscious. So yeah, that wraps up my makeup routine. Hope you guys enjoyed.